Hey guys, so this week I wanted to talk about something a little different than the serious hikikomori stuff. So that segment's over. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed learning about it. So instead of that, I went to look online and I typed in weird things that Japanese people do. Because I'm kind of used to these things now, so they're not weird to me. They're probably weird to you or people who have never studied Japan or Japanese at all. So I went to Rocket News 24 and they had a list of 10 weird or funny things that Japanese people do, and I just wanted to talk about each one. So here we go. Number 1, polite sharking. Now I had never heard this term. They made it up and it's pretty funny. So whenever you're in a group of people and you need to get by, or if you're in like the grocery store, or if you're in the classroom, or wherever it is that you need to like get past people and they're like in the way, you do the shark fin and you like kind of like chop your way through. You like, might hear them say sumimasen, which is like excuse me, and they'll just like go like this as they go through, go past. It's so prevalent everywhere. I do it here in America too. Well, I don't say sumimasen, but I do say excuse me, and I just kind of go like, I might go like this and like swim my way through. I even do it now, so it's really pretty funny. Number 2, gesturing go away, meaning come here. So when I was first in Japan, my host mom, when we went to a basketball competition, she tried to signal me to come here using this gesture, and I gave her this look, and so she went like this, and I was like, oh, okay, come here. And I gradually got to know that this gesture means come here. So in America, you say, hey, get over here. You do it overhand, but they do it underhand. It's like you're sweeping something up. So that's another thing that you'll just have to learn. Number 3, turning bright red when drinking alcohol. Now, I didn't see this as much. There's usually only like a few guys out of the group that will actually turn red when they're drinking alcohol. It's not as prevalent as I think people think it is. It doesn't particularly signify that they're like wasted. They can even just be like drinking one beer and then they'll get flushed. Like nothing's wrong with them. It's just their genetic makeup. It's just different. So don't be worried if you are of legal age going out drinking with other coworkers and some of them turn red. It's just a thing. Don't worry. Don't comment on it either because it's normal for them. Number 4, epic souvenir buying. This is totally true. No matter where you go in Japan, there's always going to be souvenir shops and there'll always be a plethora of the varieties. It's crazy. Because there is this cultural aspect where whenever you go outside of like the city area, you know, the area that people are familiar with, you have to buy souvenirs from that place to bring back for your coworkers, whether it's usually food. So don't think, oh, I have to get everybody t-shirts or something. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, it's awesome. They would think you're awesome, kind of. I mean, it'd be kind of weird if you knew everybody's shirt sizes. But it's usually food. For example, since I was in the JET program, I was paid well enough that I was able to travel quite a bit within the area. And so I made use of that. I went to Aomori, I went to Gunma, I went to Tokyo, I went to very many different places, and I always brought back cookies or mochi or some other sweet snack that would survive the trip in my backpack. I always chose something that would be non-crushable, even though it's really bad, but they didn't care. They always loved it, they appreciated the gesture, and then we got to talk about where I went for the weekend. So that was always fun. So that's another thing. If you are going to be in Japan and you plan on traveling while holding a job, they would expect you to bring something back for them. You don't have to do it every time if you're going like every weekend. That's a little excessive, and then they might be a little concerned with how much you're traveling once in a while. Like once a month or so, once every 2 months. Don't go crazy. Number 5, downplaying gifts. So this is when you're giving someone something, whether it's a birthday present or a souvenir or just a gift in general. つまらないものですけど, like this isn't anything, you know, this is boring. I mean, this is not this boring. I don't know even why I got this, but here you go. This is kind of like to the Western equivalent of, hey, I'm sorry, like my house is a mess, even though you spent like the last day cleaning it. It's similar. You want to downplay the fact that you did all those things. Number 6. Watching movies until the very end. Now here in America, we have some movies that have some like during credit little clips, or at the end there's a little clip. Some Disney movies do that. But in Japan, it is very common to stay for the whole credits. The lights will still stay low, unlike here in America where they brighten a little bit once the credits start. And everybody will they'll just sit there. They'll just wait. It's like a polite courtesy to read or, you know, recognize that all of the people worked on this movie kind of thing. When I went to see Pirates of the Caribbean when I was in Japan for the first time with 2 of my other American friends, there were times throughout the movie where we got really excited or really upset, and we would, you know, verbalize those things as you do in movie theaters here in America. Like you'll clap when like the bad guy dies or something, or something of the sort. But you aren't supposed to do that in Japan. Like, we had people turn around and stare at us. It was awkward. So just beware. If you are a excitable moviegoer, then don't be embarrassed in Japan. There you go. Sorry, my nose is red because it's kitty hair and allergies just everywhere. Number 7, phantom bowing. So people on the phone in Japan will bow unconsciously or purposefully, even though the person on the other end can't see them. If they're talking to like their superior or, you know, somebody above them, they'll bow. Or like a customer service person will be talking to a customer over the phone, and they'll just be bowing as they're talking to them on the phone. I don't know. It's funny. It's weird. I don't know. Do you guys do weird things when you talk on the phone? I mean, some people pace, some people go for a walk, some people lie on the floor. I don't know. Do you guys do weird things when you're on the phone? I don't know. Alright, number 8, gargling. So one of my coworkers really was prompt about his gargling sessions. He did it mid-morning, and he also did it in the afternoon. Just gargled water. It's supposed to be a healthy thing, like you're supposed to do it, you know, if you go outside, or it's kind of like washing your hands after touching something gross, but it's your mouth. So I didn't really understand that. I never got into it, but I think it's more of a guy thing than a girl thing in Japan. I don't know. Have you guys heard of this? I don't know. It was kind of weird. Number 9, the X of denial. I like ingrained this into my system where I do, oh no, that's not right, or it's like mainly when I'm teaching. I don't do this to like friends or something, unless I do. Friends, let me know if I've done this to you. But if I'm teaching, I'll also do like the maru symbol, the circle symbol. You can't see the top of my hands, but I'm making a circle even though my elbows are pointy. Hello! And then I'll do the X if they're not right. And it's just fun. I like it. So if you want to pick that up and continue that wherever you are, do it, because it's fun. Alright, number 10, politeness. So obviously Japan is a very polite country. And what they talked about in this article was the unflinching politeness on the train station area. So it's always a rush in Tokyo. I don't think there's ever a time where it's not a rush in Tokyo. And you'll have conductors with the white gloves helping to push people in during the busiest times of the day. And nobody's angry. Nobody's like joking around, like elbowing people or anything like that. Everybody's just kind of like slowly shuffling forward as much as they can, trying to, like, you literally are against the person in front of you during that rush hour. It's bad. And at one point, I do remember getting picked up off my feet during the train ride just because there was a massive amount of bodies and we were all moving like this, and it was awkward. So, if you're a little claustrophobic, don't get on the trains in Tokyo during rush hour. At all. So those are my 10 weird / funny things about Japan. Hopefully you enjoyed it. What do you think of my couch situation? It's new. I got it from my sister. Hopefully you're having a great start to your summer. I just had my last half day of substitute teaching today. Hello all of my lovelies. What do you have planned for the summer? Anything fun? I'm not going to Japan this summer, sorry guys. That's kind of expensive because I just went a few months ago, but oh, it'd be great if I could go again. Anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.